So the first thing I do in these types of questions is to qualitatively draw out these points. So it just helps me kind of visualize what's happening. So P here is -3, -2. So that's our P. Then Q is 1, -5. So that would be somewhere here. And then finally 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. So that is our R. So our parallelogram probably looks something like that. Something like that. So S is here. They're saying if this diagonal SQ intersects the x-axis at A0, what is this value? So the first thing to do is to figure out what the coordinates of those points are. So if we were to draw the diagonals here, and it's not going to be the same at this point, but something like that. This is the midpoint of both of these vertices, meaning the diagonals intersect at their midpoint. And we can figure out the coordinates of that intersection by finding the midpoint of P and R, which is just the average of their x coordinates and the average of the y coordinates. So if we do that, we get 6/2, which is 3, and then -1/2. So that's the coordinate of that point. Now, if we call this M, N, then the midpoint of S and Q has to be this, which means the average of M and x coordinate of Q must equal to 3. So I can figure out what M is. M is 5. And same way I can figure out N, which is N plus -5/2. Again, taking the average of these y coordinates must match the y coordinate of the midpoint that I found from the other diagonal. So that's N minus 5/2 is -1/2, which means N minus 5 is -1, N is 4. So now I have the coordinates of point S. And I need to find the x-intercept of that line, of that diagonal, I should say. If the diagonal intersects, yeah, it's actually the same diagonal. It's just that, yeah, maybe my drawing isn't really done well. So I need to figure out the equation of this line. I can use the point slope form. So y minus 4 and then x minus 5. And then the slope would be the difference in the y coordinate, 4 minus -5, which is 9, and 5 minus 1, which is 4. And then to find the x-intercept, you set y to 0. And x is a. That would give us the a value. If I multiply -16a, -16 is equal to 9a minus 45. 9a becomes 45 minus 16, which is 29. And that means a is 29/9, which is choice D. If you don't know this property that the diagonals intersect at the midpoint, the other longer way to do would be to find the slope of PQ and then match that to the slope of SR, because they're parallelogram. And that would give you one equation between M and N, and then you do the same thing from the other side. Obviously, this would be more time-consuming, but in case you didn't remember that property, that would be the only way. So to summarize, the answer is D.